Hey everyone. If you've ever found yourself wishing that your job or maybe your team came with a people instruction manual, well, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're diving into business psychology, which is pretty much the ultimate guide to the human side of work. I mean, really think about it for a second. Why is it that some project teams just work? They click from day one, and others, it feels like an uphill battle. Or how does that one manager you had just know how to get you excited about a project? So excited that you want to do your best work? Well, it turns out none of that is an accident. And here is the real secret. The most powerful engine in any business isn't the technology, it isn't the finances, it's the people. It's us. And understanding how we think, how we feel, and why we do the things we do, that is the absolute key to unlocking success in any company. So here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to start cracking the workplace's secret code. Then, we'll turn the lens inward and look at you, at individual behavior. From there, we'll see how that all plays out in a team. Then, we'll step outside the company to figure out what makes customers tick. And finally, we'll wrap it all up by packing your brand new business toolkit. Okay, first things first. Let's get on the same page and define what this secret code actually is. At its heart, it really is that straightforward. We're taking everything we know about the human mind and applying it directly to the business world. And the goal? It's to make organizations better. Not just by tweaking a process, but by truly understanding and supporting the very people who make it all run. And this is where it gets really practical. Business psychology helps us tackle these huge, important questions. We're talking about the real-world stuff that decides if a business is going to sink or swim. And pay special attention to that second point. How you motivate a team here in Bangkok could be completely different from how you do it in New York. Psychology gives us the tools to understand exactly why. If we want to understand how a whole organization works, we have to start with the smallest, most important building block there is. And that's you. Let's talk about individual behavior. Think about it like this. Every single person who walks through the office door brings their own unique operating system with them, their personality, their core values, the way they see the world. And that personal blueprint, it influences everything they do, from how they deal with a stressful deadline to the way they make a simple decision. Come on, we've all been there, right? That feeling is your individual behavior in action. Your motivation isn't some constant, stable thing. Nope. It gets influenced by your personality, the kind of work you're doing, and the whole vibe of the office around you. Just understanding that is the first huge step to managing it. So these are the key ingredients that make you, well, you at work. We'll dig into some of the classic theories on motivation, look at how your own perception literally shapes your reality, and yeah, we'll keep coming back to how culture, both here in Thailand and internationally, plays a massive role in all of this. Okay. So we have all these unique individuals, each with their own operating system. Now, what happens when we put them all together on a team and ask them to get a project done? Well, that is where things get really interesting. And this is absolutely critical for anyone who wants to be a leader. A great leader knows there is no one-size-fits-all approach. They have to adapt. Does the team need a coach right now, someone to help them build their skills? Or do they need a visionary to get them excited about the big picture? The right answer totally depends on the psychological makeup of that team. This is such a perfect, everyday example of psychology at work. You do one thing, send a short email, and you get two totally different reactions. This isn't about one person being right and the other being wrong. It's about different perceptions, different communication styles, and it's the beginning of a potential conflict. Business psychology gives us the playbook for how to handle these exact moments. To get teams to really perform, we've got to get good at these things. It's about communicating so people actually understand you, managing disagreements so they become productive, and knowing that your teammate from another country might have a completely different idea of what good teamwork even looks like. All right, so far we've stayed inside the company walls, but psychology is just as powerful, maybe even more so, when we step outside and look at the people we're trying to serve, our customers. Pretty much every purchase we make follows a psychological journey. It might start with just hearing a brand's name. Then it moves into a phase where you're comparing your options, and it almost always ends with a decision that's driven by really complex things like persuasion and
maybe the most important one of all, trust.
Seriously, think about your favorite coffee shop or bubble tea place. Why do you go there? Is it just the drink? Probably not. Maybe it's the logo or the feeling you get when you walk in, or the way the staff remembers your order. All of those are psychological triggers. The decision to buy is so often an emotional one, even for something as simple as a coffee.
All right, let's pull all these threads together. This has all been fascinating, but how does it become a set of real, practical tools that you can actually use in your career? And this is the most important takeaway for you today. This isn't just abstract theory from a textbook. We are talking about developing real-world skills that successful companies right here in Thailand and all across the region are using right now to solve their biggest problems. This chart just connects the dots perfectly. See? When you learn about motivation theories, what you're really learning is how to get your team engaged and performing at their best. When you study conflict management, you're learning how to negotiate better deals. This is how academic knowledge transforms into a powerful, practical skill you can use every single day. And at the end of the day, it all boils down to this. This isn't a soft skill. It is a fundamental core business competency. Because a better understanding of people leads directly to making better, smarter business decisions. Period. So there you have it, an introduction to the human side of work. Every meeting you'll ever sit in, every deal you'll negotiate, every sale you make, it's all a human interaction. The entire world of business is built on it. The real question is, are you ready to learn the language?